Excuse me, this story deserves attention because for the most part stories like this really never do get attention. This gentleman, can't even call him a gentleman, this monster has gone on trial for killing a large number of African American women, some as young as 15 years old. And he was found guilty of the murders, and now he's going into the penalty phase of the trial. And in my opinion, they should take like 10 seconds to award this person the ultimate cost, which would be the death penalty. But on a larger note, the reason I'm making this video is to bring awareness of the problem of black women's deaths and disappearances not being taken seriously by law enforcement. It takes massive numbers of dead or missing black women to draw any type of attention, whereas if these were white women, the attention and focus would have taken a lot fewer, as one of the panelists is going to indicate.
Must side if the notorious serial killer known as the Grim Sleeper will be put to death for murdering 10 young black women.
David Franklin Jr. guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
Lonnie Franklin Jr. found guilty again of attempt of murder. Folks, 10 black women, of course, were killed. That's the verdict there, folks. The jury handed down to Franklin. Prosecutors say Franklin shot or strangled his victims between the years of 1985 and 2007. The youngest victim was 15 years old. Police called Franklin the Grim Sleeper because of an apparent 14-year gap in the killings after one woman survived an attack in 1988. People in the community have criticized.
Now I'm stopping it right there. Look at all of those women that are either dead or missing. Every last one of them is black. But I guarantee told you so that the resources that are being brought to bear to investigate and solve their disappearances or murders is nominal. But if that same number of women had been white, all hell would have broken loose. The LAPD, LA County, state police, FBI, everybody and their brother would have been up in this, because, you know, and that's not even all of them, that's just a large number. But if you look at the number there, you have 50 black women that are dead or missing with no real sense of urgency being shown. So I'm going to let the story unfold for itself, but just keep that in mind. You got 50 people just in this photo alone, and that basically doesn't even touch the surface of the problem. And in my opinion, it's because of the race of the women that are involved that no sense of urgency is being shown as far as these women are concerned.
Police were not closely investigating the killings because of their race. Family members of one of the victims say justice finally has been served.
What goes around, it came around, and now it's his turn.
Franklin was only caught after his son was arrested for an unrelated charge, and his DNA showed similarities to evidence found on the victims. Police later matched Franklin's DNA to the evidence from a pizza crust. The penalty phase of Franklin's trial begins Thursday. Folks, this is one of the things that in many of the cases we've often seen, that is when black women come up missing, you don't have the attention, you don't have the focus by police, and if you all of a sudden have a case where you have 3, 4, 5, 8 white women who are all of a sudden missing and killed, it's a whole different kind of conversation.
Oh, you don't even need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just get 2. I mean, it is so ironic and so wrong that we have these problems of African American women missing, not being investigated well. In fact, we know that in this country, thousands of black women go missing every year. Every year, thousands. And we don't treat it as an epidemic or a crisis. And unfortunately, this is not the first time we've heard this story, Roland. We've heard this story over and over and over again, where there have been multiple rapes, multiple assaults, multiple killings, multiple kidnappings of black women, but no one values our lives.
Yeah, and actually, I think, there was the case that was what was that, down in Arizona, where the gentleman was, raping all of the women,
Yes.
and in the case, people were upset because, oh my goodness, he got so much time, but he deserved to get that time.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, in
Yes.
Oklahoma City, Daniel.
Daniel
Holmes.
Holmes.
Yes, Daniel. So, I
Yes.
think for us, we have to trust black women. You have to trust our experiences in this country, and when we say there is a problem, people need to listen to us.
Still in New York, hip hop led.
All right, so this is informational for you people that don't realize the magnitude of the problem. This is an epidemic. It's just one of those epidemics that is being kept undercover.